Okay, folks, we have some very interesting developments right now. Eleanor Terrett, most of you know her as a journalist, a producer, a reporter on crypto, right? Put this out. She said, House Financial Services Chairman Patrick McHenry has just announced a full committee hearing scheduled for when? For next Tuesday, June 13th. Very interesting date given what's happening with Ripple. And this is entitled The Future of Digital Assets, Providing Clarity for the Digital Asset Ecosystem. This is extremely bullish in my personal opinion. Why? Well, Patrick McHenry, if you know anything about this gentleman, he is pro-crypto. He wants to move the digital asset game forward. And he is the gentleman that really grilled Gary Gensler and Gary Gensler's clown party on why they cannot provide real clarity. And he even asked him a question. He said, what is Ethereum? Is it a security or is it a commodity? Gary Gensler tiptoed around that question. Go back and find it. It's somewhere on YouTube here, I'm sure. But tiptoed around that question several times and would not come up with an answer. He asked several questions, really, to Gary Gensler. And he could not come up with answers. And so Gary wonders why we are so frustrated. How could we not be frustrated? There's so many questions in this industry still that are not being answered. So what is Coinbase CEO saying? He said, we will get the job done in courts. And Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, had a couple comments here. I'm not going to read through everything, but very interesting things to consider. He said, remember, the SEC reviewed our business and allowed us to become public in 2021. But now they're enforcing action on them, right? Makes a lot of sense, right? There is no path to come in and register. We tried repeatedly. So we don't list securities. We reject the vast majority of assets we review. The SEC and CFTC have made conflicting statements and don't even agree on what a security and what a commodity is. And I'm going to get into something there in a second as well. This is why the U.S. Congress is introducing new legislation to fix the situation the rest of the world is moving to put clear rules in place and support this technology. They are not providing a clear rule book. That is very, very obvious. But the heat is now on them. The House Financial Services Committee is going to put a lot of heat on them. You will see regulators come out of the woodwork and put a ton of heat on them. Don't let them confuse you. There's a lot of manipulation in this market. If you are new to this market, understand that this FUD is normal. We have a lot of adoption here compared to past bull cycles. So if you are new to this market, understand what's happening here. Coinbase allowed to go public, but SEC sues. Is that not hypocritical? Finally, the evidence is in our enforcement record, says head of CFTC. We even point to the SEC's enforcement record as well. 82 cases over 8 years, and of 82 cases, the agency does not have regulatory authority. I think that speaks for itself. I want to keep this short and concise. I've got more content coming your way. I want to talk a little about Fed interest rates. We've got more Ripple, Stellar content. Everything that is happening in this Web3 world right now, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share the content, and we'll see you all in the next one.